Have you ever cried out to God for help? Maybe you've prayed and felt like your prayers were being answered, or maybe you've prayed and felt like God wasn't listening at all. In today's passage, we see a perfect example of someone crying out to God and being heard. Hebrews chapter 5 verse 7. During the days of Jesus' life on earth, he offered up prayers and petitions with fervent cries and tears to the one who could save him from death, and he was heard because of his reverent submission. Now, most of us would read this and think that this verse is talking about Jesus' death on the cross. And while it does refer to that event, it actually says in the passage that this happened during the days of Jesus' life here on earth. So there's another time that comes to mind when Jesus was here on earth, and that was during his temptation in the wilderness. You see, after Jesus was baptized by John the Baptist, he was led by the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted by the devil. For 40 days, Jesus was tempted by the devil, probably experiencing some of the same temptations that you and I experience. Hunger, thirst, loneliness, discouragement, doubt, fear of man, the list goes on. And if you've ever been tempted by these things, then you can relate to our Savior, because he was tempted in all things, yet without sin. Now, the passage says that during those 40 days, Jesus ate nothing and drank nothing. And so physically, he was suffering from hunger and thirst. But what I want you to notice is that it doesn't just say that Jesus cried out to God during those 40 days. It says that he cried out with fervent cries and tears. Picture this: Jesus, God himself, the creator of the universe, the one who spoke the world into existence, is in the wilderness crying out to his Father with tears streaming down his face. Why? Because even though he was God, he was there experiencing the full force of human temptation. And not only that, but he was doing it for you and me. He was there enduring the temptation so that he could conquer it and give us the victory over sin. So what does this passage teach us? Well, first, it teaches us that it's okay to cry out to God. In fact, it's encouraged. The author of Hebrews tells us that Jesus offered up prayers and petitions with fervent cries and tears. And so we can know that God doesn't mind when we cry out to him in our times of need. In fact, he wants us to. Second, this passage teaches us that we can trust that God will hear us. Notice how the passage ends. It says that Jesus was heard because of his reverent submission. And so we can know that if we submit ourselves to God and resist the devil, that he will hear our prayers and answer them. Let's close with this. Do you have a rebellious heart like I do? Do you struggle with sin every single day? Then take heart, my friend, and run to the one who died for you and cried out to God for you. And I promise you, he will hear you.